Orale Raza, G Funky Boxing, HCP. You're joined by another camarada from HCP. Nopal Baxianos. What's up, bro?
Hey, how you doing, G Funky? Been a
I'm
long
good,
time.
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. It's been a minute since you've been on, but hey, what better occasion to come back on for the weigh-in for the undisputed super middleweight title of the world? Canelo Alvarez versus Caleb Plant. The weigh-in's about to start, man. What are your thoughts on this real quickly, man?
Man, I'm super excited for this. Those are basically my only thoughts, man. This is a good moment. It's funny how this is we've been getting these fights for like $20 or like $10 on the zone, but for some reason the pay-per-view, you know, it's ironic because the pay-per-view seems to be more more exciting.
Right. I mean, I'm not excited about paying $80 because, like I said, the undercard not so good, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know how competitive this fight is going to be, the main event. Orale Chicano. What's going on?
What's happening, fellas? How y'all doing?
We're doing great, man. Thanks for joining us.
For sure, man. And I gotta agree. You know what? It might be a little one-sided, but I'm just ready to watch Canelo go in there and whip some ass. I'm okay with the high-profile showcase fight.
I see we got some people here. Round one is here. Off the ropes boxing and MMA, Puerto Rican rum. Glad you guys are here. Don't forget to hit that like button. We're gonna have Juan Pablo Romero weigh in right now. I covered this already. I don't know much about a lot of these guys on the undercard, so we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. I think this is Elvis Rodriguez who's getting ready to weigh in as well. So looks like this might be the first card of the night. I'm actually interested to see how Elvis does, man, in his comeback fight after being released from Top Rank after taking a loss, man. I thought that was pretty harsh, man.
I'll tell you what, man, that's a sweet sombrero he has on, bro. Little bit undersized, but hey, man, that's a good looking sombrero right there, man.
Yeah, dude, those are the traditional looking ones,
Yeah,
right? Or like from a certain region. You usually see them like whiter. Yeah, I haven't seen that
yeah.
style in a while. Not at a weigh-in, that's for damn sure.
But like I said, it's kind of undersized, but yeah, that's exactly what it is, Chicano.
I'm gonna get me one.
You ain't got one already? What the fuck's going on?
Man, I got too many Canelo hats. You know what I'm saying?
I see. It's time to get you a sombrero, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude, and a bandana.
There you go, man. So yeah, we got
Is that
Juan
Sugar Shane
Pablo.
Mosey Jr. right there?
Where?
Oh, his opponent kind of looked like Shane Mosey Jr., bro.
No, that's
Nah.
Elvis Rodriguez. That's what that is. 143 for Juan Pablo. Not sure what the contracted weight is, but that's what we got. you know, I believe Elvis was a 140 pounder, so I don't know. Maybe I don't know if he doesn't look like he's overweight. They're not saying anything about it, but yeah. Let's see what Elvis weighs in at. 142. So I'm not sure what the contracted weight was, but I don't see much anybody making a ruckus about anything. So it looks like all everything is good to go. You know what I'm saying? Lance Meyer, what's up, man?
Dude, nice shirt, G Funky. I'm sure you know Black and Brown's there, man. He's at the weigh-in, dude. I didn't know he was going, man.
Yeah, that's why I got it on, man. I want to show some love to my boy Black and Brown, who's there right now at the weigh-ins. I think he's live right now as well. So shout out to him, man. I wish this pandemic, man, was over, bro. I'd be there in a heartbeat, you know.
Yeah, dude, it looks like it's gonna be a good scene, man. I was looking at all the crowd, it looks like the Mexicanos are showing up for this one, man. I'm a little surprised, dude. I didn't think that they would because of the pricing. Like the tickets for this fight, dude, pretty expensive historically compared to like other Canelo fights that I've looked at. So I'm surprised La Raza showing up, man.
Are they charging for the weigh-in, Chicano?
No, that's always free, but dude, just the sheer price of these tickets compared to like other good fights, and it might be because of the historical value or something, dude. But I was surprised.
Hmm. We got a pretty intense face-off here between these two guys. I'm hoping it's a good fight, man. Like I said, I'm not too excited about this undercard. Um, but it is what it is, you know. $80, man.
Do
80
you
bucks for this.
do you know enough to make a prediction on this fight right here?
I don't know anything about this Juan Pablo. I don't know anything about him. I've seen Elvis Rodriguez fight a couple times over the summer when boxing first came back from the pandemic. Yeah, he's a pretty good fighter. You know, I mean, he took a loss, but you know, it is what it is. You know, over at HCP, man, we don't throw guys away just because they take a loss. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Undercards are trash. See, I like Dave from the 408, very polished, and haven't heard from him in a while. He was on the show, I think, last week, the roundtable. So you must have missed it, man. Oh, my daughter's with me, hanging out with me tonight, or today, I should say.
Hey, do you mind if I get into it a little bit about something, G Funky?
Hey, say what you got to say, brother.
All right, well, I gotta say it because it's on my mind, man. We don't gotta name no names, dude. But I finally found somebody who's picking Caleb Plant to win, a content creator. I wish that I could say that I'm surprised, you know, but this dude, he picked Caleb Plant by split decision. Didn't really break down why, you know what I'm saying? But that's all right, you know. And well, you know, I just gotta say, dude, like, you know, I wish I could get a breakdown because to me, like, there's just nothing that lines up in my mind as to how Caleb Plant could win this, you know. So, but if he wants to pick against Canelo, that's totally fine. But just the same, I would still like to congratulate him because for him, it will be the first Latino in the 4-belt era to go undisputed. So I'd still like to congratulate him for Canelo's win. It's going to be great for all of us.
I think the breakdown's pretty simple, Chicano. He's predicting that Caleb Plant is going to survive a 12-round fight and that Canelo is going to get robbed, basically. I think that's what he's predicting by saying split decision, bro.
Yeah, I remember that Puerto Rican rum. I remember that. I think that was messed up, man. I really think that was messed up what they did to Elvis Rodriguez. You know, one loss and they cut him loose. I don't know if that's the only reason why they cut him loose, but it seemed that way to me. But I haven't gone too much into the story. Okay, we got Ray Vargas, a guy who I actually like from Mexico. Man, I'm disappointed that we couldn't get that fight with him and Navarrete at 122, but you know, that's boxing for us. When he's getting ready to step on the scale, I can't remember who he's fighting.
He's got Nacho.
Yeah, Nacho Berenstein in the corner. So, I mean, hey, I like it, man.
I thought Ray Vargas was with Top Rank. Has he always been with PBC?
Dude, the last time I think I remember seeing him was against that Japanese dude who was pretending to be Mexican. Remember? I guess he was like a Mexican citizen. And that fight was on DAZN, though. That was a DAZN fight. So I don't know. Maybe he's a free agent. I don't know. Who is this? Oh, Baez. That's right. His opponent's on the scale right now.
That would be a good fight, though, man. Navarrete and Ray Vargas. That'd be a good.
Oh man, I don't know how that fight didn't happen. I really don't. Two Mexicans, two champions in the same division. Like, man, how do you not make that fight? It's a Showtime debut for Ray Vargas. A-Rod in the building. What's going on, A-Rod? Outlaw. This is the worst pay-per-view card I've seen on paper. Pound for pound fighter who's fighting for an dispute. Yeah, it's a bad card, man.
It is a bad card, but you know, I'm going to watch these fights anyways because I was talking to Nopal about this. And, you know, honestly, I've grown to become, and I know you're not like this, G Funky, but I've grown to become a bit of a UFC fan, man. But it's hard to go from like UFC undercards to like a boxing main event because you're just used to such a high pace and brutality. You know, it's hard to start appreciating the sweet science after you watch the undercard of UFC. So I'm just going to stick with these undercards that I don't know much about, you know, just to make sure I stay excited for the main event.
Okay, Outlaw saying Ray Vargas was with Golden Boy. Yeah, I remember the last time I seen him fight. It was on DAZN. I don't know if that was his last fight or not, but that was the last time I remember seeing him fight. Puerto Rican Rum here says they should have done this at the new Raider Stadium. I think it would have been a little bit better of an undercard. They could sell out that stadium. Yeah, I mean, look, 70,000+ was there at AT&T Stadium when my Dallas Cowboys play for the Billy Joe Saunders fight. So I don't see why they wouldn't do good numbers at the Raider Stadium as well.
Yeah, and I wanted to say, as far as what Chicano just said right now, I would recommend to you guys, if anybody listening, that you know, if you have the chance to see them both actually just pick the one. I would suggest you stick to the boxing because it's not easy to go watch MMA and start concentrating on, those fights and then switch over just to the main event. It kind of ruins the whole thing.
Yeah, from what I hear, it's a really good fight card on UFC, but I mean, it's been years since I followed the UFC, so I mean, I wouldn't know if it was good or not.
Yeah, I
You
wouldn't say
know?
that necessarily because it's a guy just fighting another dude that he's lost to twice already. So it's like whatever, it's just like any other UFC. It's not like it's any of the big stars or a fight that people have been wanting for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Well, G Funky, maybe you should start doing your research, man. Because from what I hear, Canelo's ducking this Usman guy.
I've heard that, and I haven't had a chance to see any of the videos where people are saying that. So I think that's fucking funny as shit, man. Let's see. Outlaw says he hasn't fought in 2.5 years. What a waste of career for Ray Vargas since he's signing with PBC. Damn. So that was his last fight then when he fought the Japonés. Jesus. That fight happened. I think I called that fight like when I first came back to YouTube in 2019. I did a live on that. Oh my god, I can't believe that was the last time he fought.
The
Wow.
Japonés is Tomoki Kameda.
Yes, that's his name. Yep, I remember that. Jesus. Yeah, that's PBC, man. They seem to do that with certain fighters, man. Keep them on the shelf for whatever reason. I don't like it, man.
I like that Japanese dude, bro. He told Vargas before the fight, he goes, hey, we're both Mexican, right? We'll see who's more ¿Quién es más mexicano, cabrón?
Yeah.
And then what's his name went on the back foot the whole night. So I was like, man.
Hey, is that the one with the Mexican wife, Nopal?
Yeah, he's based out of Mexico City, but of course he goes back and forth to Japan. But that's where he had his fighting career. And if you watch that guy, he's gotten robbed before. I'm not saying he got robbed versus Ray Vargas. I'm just saying he's been robbed 3 or 4 times.
So we have Marcos Hernandez, 15-4-2 with 3 KOs. My God, what a record! Getting ready to step on the scale. Puerto Rican Rum says Baez lost his last fight. It was a 4th round KO loss to Carlos Caraballo, the guy who just fought last weekend. So this guy's fighting the dog Durrell. Jesus. Boy, these names, they just keep getting better and better, don't they?
The dog Durrell?
Yeah. Anthony the dog Durrell is fighting this guy named Hernandez, who's got 3 KOs. The guy's got 3 KOs on his record. Jeez.
What would have a better ring even if you said Anthony El Perro Durrell, huh?
We can't leave out Angulo, though, man. That was his thing,
Yeah, that was a good name, though. El Perro Angulo.
You in my neighborhood today, huh, A-Rod? Good shit, man. Good shit.
Dude, they used to straight up take off Angulo's collar and shit before the fight.
A-Rod also says Madman Hernandez is from Fresno. Okay, I didn't know that. Well, the Madman's on the scale. Let's see how he does. They got the old school scale too.
Good.
No digital stuff.
Hey, they're doing the dog barking like they used to for Angulo, huh?
168.5 for Hernandez. Now El Perro Durrell. Let's see see how he does. Getting ready to step on the scale. Joe Lopez 40 ounces says last night's roundtable will be better than this card. Hey man, we had a great show, man. If you guys didn't check it out, make sure you go back and watch that one. 168.5 for Durrell as well. So looks like we got a fight, man. Yeah, good audience there too, man. I just seen it right now. They just showed a shot of the live crowd there, man. Nice crowd there, man, for this one.
Definitely, man. And I'm glad that they have the old school scale because I'll tell you what, man, me, I'm paranoid by nature and, you never know what they could do with those digital ones, but an old school scale don't lie, man. So if I was the A side and I was paranoid about that kind of shit, you best believe I'd be having that in the contract too.
You know what I never understood? Digital or old school scale or not? Like, why can't we see it? Like, why is there not a camera there to show us the numbers to let us know like what it is? Especially the digital ones. Like, that's the one I don't understand. Like, we should be able to see those fucking numbers when the guy stands on the scale, you know? So like I
Good call.
understand where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? I really do.
They should just make like a double-sided scale, you know, where you could see the numbers on both ends, you know.
Mm-hmm. I agree. The numbers should be displayed for the fans to see if these dudes really made weight or not, you know?
Yeah, and where are the ring car girls? They need to be displayed too.
Oh man.
By
Let's
the
see,
way,
Puerto
did
Rico
you guys
rum.
hear that there's not going to be any face-off courtesy of Caleb Plant? I guess he doesn't want a face-off.
Again? They didn't do that yesterday. Oh man, that sucks. Puerto Rico rum says MMA can be boring too, especially when you get a lay and pray wrestler. Oh, I know. It's too wrestling dominated for me right now, man. That's why I stopped watching. I seen a post of Maestro A, and Sutter Pay's promo already. Yeah, man, I'm trying to get those guys on Monday night
Nice.
for a debate, you know, which I think will be a good show. JC in the house, what's going on, man? Appreciate you guys being here. Again, don't forget to hit that like button for me. All right, don't forget to subscribe to Chicano Prophet as well, so you can catch Al Chile every Tuesday, 11 a.m. Pacific time.
Thank you very much, man. And I think after Saturday night, there's not going to be much to debate. You know what I'm saying?
I know, and I wonder what he because Sutter Kane never really said what he wanted to debate about. So I'm gonna have to do a little, make some phone calls behind the scenes and see what the issue is. You know what I'm saying?
I think they're going to probably because it's definitely not going to be Canelo versus Plant anymore. It's probably going to be some kind of politics or something.
Maybe we'll see, man. I think that was it for the undercard, right? Then now we're gonna get the main event to weigh in. I think. Boy, this thing is flying by, but it's only 30 minutes actually scheduled on Showtime. So,
Short and sweet.
which I don't mind. You know me. I like to get right to the shit. You
Yep.
know, I'm just like that, man. I guess I'm old school nowadays, but I'm not with all the hype and all the waiting around and like I'm just ready to see the fight, man. That's why I'm like, you know what? Let's just do away with national anthems. Like I'm just sick and tired of it. Like just imagine if Plant was from another country, right? We'd have to hear fucking Mexico's national anthem. We'd have to hear whatever country Plant's from, and then they want to incorporate the United States there as well. And it's like now we got to sit through 3 national anthems. Like, come on, man. This
I
is
hear you,
crazy.
dude. I'm over it too.
Yep. Canelo's there. Looks like he's got the Dolce Cabana. Yeah, he looks good though, man. Caleb Plant as well. Not sure if these are live shots or not, but they're showing them arriving to the stage or the backstage area before they step on the scale, man. Let's see here. Caleb Plant. Gaines can't elaborate how Plant is better than Nello. There's no argument.
Well,
That's what
that's my
Chicano was
thing.
been saying, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Everybody's just like, oh, this is what you need to do, you know. And like everybody who hates Canelo, like I feel like they're directly trying to give Plant advice on what he needs to do, and it's like, well, what does he have? You know, like he just doesn't have much to work with. It's not worth breaking down too much, in my opinion. Like, dude, I'm thinking about putting some serious money on this fight. The only reason I won't is because sometimes I have bad luck when I make huge bets. But otherwise, dude, I'm almost ready to bet the house on this one.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, you almost have to just to win any money. That's how big of a favorite Canelo is.
Seriously.
And I said it last week. I said, look, I think he should be a bigger favorite, to be honest with you. Like, there's just too many questions for Plant. Too many, and we're gonna get them answered tomorrow night, you know. And unfortunately for him, those questions will have to be answered by the best fighter in the world right now, you know. Like normally a guy like Plant would have a nice step-up fight before something like this, but you know, hey, what can we do? You know, A-Rod says we had to wait for Pacquiao's 11 national anthem. They have a long national anthem, the Philippines. They sure do, man. I remember all those times watching those pay-per-view fights. It's like, man, they got a long anthem.
Hey, didn't Pacquiao make us wait for a Celtics game to be over because he wanted to watch it?
I think that was the Bradley fight, I think. if I'm not mistaken. But it could have been another fight. But I
No,
think it was the
yeah,
first
it
Vargas
happened, man. I was like, damn, look at this diva over here.
fight.
That looks like he's got a big entourage with him.
He
Oh,
does, yeah.
they might be getting ready for some chingazos, huh?
Mm.
I'm happy he's got some support, dude, because it just seems like he's got like, 4 homies with like the same matching white caps. And it's like, oh man, dude, it's just, he's such a B-side, but hey, he's about to get paid. It can't feel that bad for him. He hustled his way towards all this and he's about to get paid and right off into the sunset. He doesn't have to work another day in his life.
Well, look, here's the reality of it, man. We've talked about this about other fighters as well. Plant got the opportunity to go to the Super Bowl without even playing in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't have to fight anybody to get this big payday and to get this big fight. Nobody. I mean, he won the belt, and I think it was vacant, right, when he fought Uzcategui. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to count that, you can. But I mean, Jesus Christ, like he gets to skip over the entire playoffs and get straight to the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah, I mean, he gave us quite a defensive move by just ducking Benavidez for what, like a year and a half, holding off on that fight to be able to get this one.
It just doesn't make sense to me how that fight didn't happen. Like, can you imagine if either guy won, right? It would have been, Benavidez or Plant, WBC, IBF versus Canelo, Ring Magazine belt, WBO, WBA on the line. We'd have a lot more questions. We have a lot more answers, I should say, for either guy. But that's just not the case here, unfortunately.
And the sad part about it, it just seems like these guys are going to just line up to get that payday. And after they lose to Canelo, they're basically their careers are just, they're not going to go anywhere because they've been tainted by making all that money on one fight, Their killer instinct, everything will be out the door.
Hey, G Funky, did you hear the new theory, the new angle, which I'm hearing? It's a last minute late angle. Is that, well, Canelo's never really faced a full-fledged super middleweight.
Wasn't Callum Smith a natural super middleweight, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I mean, that's what I think too, and they were trying to say, yeah, Caleb Plant has a better resume than Billy Joe Saunders. And I'm like, well, what about Callum Smith? And if we're being honest, the super middleweight that has the best resume, his name is Canelo Alvarez.
Outlaw says as soon as Canelo hits Plant clean, it's going to be run time. Well, that's not what he said. We'll see. I mean, I'm not one of these fans that holds guys accountable to what they say into a lead up of a fight because a lot of it is just to hype the fight. So I think if it's in his best interest to utilize some movement in there. You don't want to stand in the pocket with Canelo. He's just on another level in that range. You know what I'm saying? Baron Brown says watching fights made me appreciate the USA anthem. It's a nice anthem. Look, I mean, I don't have nothing against the anthem as far as like music wise or whatever. I mean, the roots of it are pretty fucked up, but I don't know. I get tired of waiting around. Like, I'm just ready for the damn fight to start at that point. Like, both guys are gloved up. They got their robes on. They're warm. And like, let's just get this thing on, man. Like, tired of waiting. Like, I'm just ready to go at that point. All right. Looks like we're going to get the main event walking out real soon here. All right. Here we go. So what do you guys think? Are we going to get any surprises here? Is anybody going to miss weight or anything like that? What do you think?
I think if anything, I think Plant could possibly look dry. I think Plant could possibly look nervous. I think he's been shook leading into this fight weekend. A lot of people love to analyze like who won this, who won that as far as press conferences and weigh-ins. And I can tell you this, dude, I'd rather be Canelo right now. You could tell that guy's cool and calm. And I think the moment is getting to Plant personally.
I think we're going to see some freaking chingazos from the corners, eh? And I feel sorry for Canelo's team because they're all like 5'5" and, all little chubby guys,
Yeah, but they're chingon, dude. You know what I mean?
I'll say this to your point, Chicano. I mean, nobody can deny the fact that Canelo's been here, he's done that. Obviously, he's got the more experience on this level, and Plant just doesn't. I mean, anybody that says any different is just delusional, or they just I don't know. Maybe they just hate Canelo, but it's obvious who has who has more experience on the bigger stage, the bright lights, and that's obviously Canelo.
Oh, dude, he's used to the pageantry, to 60,000 people, dude. He's used to it all, man. Like, and then, the bell rings when everybody's just left the ring and it's just him and his opponent. Like, Caleb Plant isn't used to any of this. Like, although I gotta say, I think he's handled himself well as far as like his media responsibilities. He hasn't done that badly, to be honest. Like, I'm sure it's quite different for him.
Definitely, it's a whole new ball game at this level with, like I said, the cameras, the bright lights, the audience, the fans. Like I don't know if he's ever fought a fighter. Well, I shouldn't say I don't think he hasn't fought a fighter with the kind of fan base that Canelo has.
I never thought about that. Good call. I mean, to be honest, I haven't seen that many Plant fights, but it seems like he's the favorite and he has his own fans. Like, dude, I doubt that crowd will be even like 5% Plant fans, honestly. And I'm not trying to be insulting.
No. I mean, it's a good point. Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on.
So, tell you what, Nopal, dude, I'm freaking ready for this one. Then also, while I have some time, I know this is kind of random, but I'm a big Dwyer fan, and I think he's lost the plot on this one, man. He said that Caleb Plant has a nuclear left hook.
What the hell?
I couldn't believe my ears, man. I've been listening to that guy for years. Hey, G Funky, agree or agree or disagree, G Funky, that Caleb Plant has a nuclear left hook?
Nuclear.
I disagree because I haven't seen him hit anybody that's that good. Like I mean, we'll find out. We'll find out tomorrow night. We'll find out how good that left hook is tomorrow night. All right, Plant's on the stage. Here we go with Canelo walking to the ring now. The Don in the house. What's up, man? Let me highlight your comment. There you go. So Canelo's got 2 draws. I never noticed that.
Yeah, really early in his career.
Well, I mean, the Triple G, we know
right.
that was one of them.
The first one,
yeah. Guess I never really looked at that. Nuclear left hook, though, huh? That's funny.
Yeah, man. Straight up, Canelo's got a better left hook than Caleb Plant. I'll tell you that.
Plant stepping on the scale now. Looks in good shape, which is to be expected. Professional fighters, Comes in 1 pound under the limit, 168 for Caleb Plant. Looks in good shape, man. What do you guys think?
Hey, man, good for him, dude. I'm sure he's been training for this, and he's ready to go, dude.
I lost his nuclear left hook when you're hitting sandwich guys. That's very true. All right, Canelo's turn to step on the scale. Here we go. $168 on the dot for Canelo, and he also looks in tremendous shape. He's been active, man, and I think that's really helped him stay sharp, stay in the tremendous shape that he's in. I've said this before, man, when he said he planned on fighting all these guys within a year. Like, I think that's great, man. I really do.
Oh, yeah. Hey, it looks like Chepo Reynoso is there and pretty involved, man. Maybe we'll see him in the corner tomorrow.
Yeah, that'd be cool to see. He hasn't been in the corner for a long time. So let's see if we do get a face-off. That's right, Don. The fight is on. We got ourselves a fight. Both guys made weight. Both guys look good. So undisputed, man. Tomorrow night should be a good one. Well, I'm hoping it's going to be a good one.
I'm okay with a one-sided beatdown.
Plant shakes his finger to the crowd. Looks like he's getting a little amped up. That's to be expected, man. Fight's coming up tomorrow night. You got to figure that adrenaline's rushing right now. Both guys looks like they're gonna drape themselves in their gold, in their belts, and let's see if we get a face-off. I don't know if. Let's see. Oh, that looks like we are, but there's scales in between. They're being very cautious, though. I don't think these guys are going to blow this money. Look, got a little trash talk here, though.
Canelo, look at all that hardware, baby.
Yeah, we got ourselves some trash talk. Can't really hear what they're saying, but they're being real cautious. Trying to read the lips, man, but I just can't make anything out,
I'm pretty sure Plant did say motherfucker. I think I saw it a couple times, man. And that could be a way to get to Canelo, too.
Oh, now we're going to hear from Caleb Plant. Let's see. Uh-oh. Speaking a little Spanish.
Hey, man, I like it when another guy goes in there to win, even if I'm not rooting for him, man.
Oh, come on, Plant. Don't take it personal. Oh, it's easy to sit in the seats. Oh, we're fans. We're not fighters. Come on. It's easy to sit in those seats. I mean, look, I agree, Joe Lopez, but I don't know who was intimidated, like ever fighting Canelo. I don't see that when people say like, "Well, these other guys they're bowed down." Now, I'm not saying you said that, Joe Lopez, but I've been hearing that. I don't see that. You guys know I've always been saying this for a long time now. Like the fighters aren't scared of other fighters. They're not afraid to fight. None of that. So like, all right, let's see what Canelo has to say. Canelo speaking English.
I guess that was Caleb Plant's version of "I was born ready." Huh?
I guess so, huh?
So what, G Funky? You ready to buy some of them sweet pajamas?
They look pretty nice, man. I have to admit, they look really good.
I think it's time, bro. We all got to get a set of those now.
G Funky, man. I hope you wear the shirt tomorrow. And then I hope if Canelo does go undisputed that you consider getting another shirt. You know what I'm saying? A second one, man.
We'll see, man. I haven't looked at the website in a while. We'll see. Let's see. Now they're talking to Mike Tyson. wonder why Tyson's even there. He's never been at a. I don't remember seeing him involved in a big fight like this in a while.
He
Dude,
likes
I think the
Canelo,
who's
bro.
who
They're
is showing
buddies.
up, man.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
buddies. He's saying that Caleb Plant. He called him first of all. When he was talking to Clarissa Shields, he called Caleb Plant. He goes, "Oh, Cab Plant." He called him Cab, bro.
Cab Plant.
Yeah, she goes, "Oh, it's Caleb."
Shadow Ghost is here. What's going on, Shadow Ghost? Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel here on YouTube. You see, they might not be afraid, but I think some of them start doubting themselves once Canelo starts putting it on them. I mean, well, that's different in the fight. You know, you can kind of feel the momentum shifting. But what I mean is, like, in the lead up, I hear a lot of people saying that, like, "Oh, these guys look like they were afraid of Canelo," and I don't believe that, man. I just don't. So, guys, that's it for the weigh-in. I have to ask the question, even though I probably know the answer, but I'll start with you, Nopal. Any second thoughts or any change of heart at this point? And let me know what you think, man.
One thing I wanted to say is I could never get how these dudes talk so much shit about how they're gonna beat the other guy's ass, but they're gonna literally get in there and just run around the ring, making the other guy chase him down. Like, I don't know if it's part of their strategy or whatever, but to me it seems like they should be willing to trade a little bit. But last minute thoughts, no. The only thing I can predict is either a seventh round knockout or just going to distance. Going to distance, because Caleb Plant probably has two strategies. I think he's going in with the strategy to make his fight and do what he usually does. And if he sees any indication that he can't, that doesn't want to risk the power, he's gonna start just trying to survive, and that's it, making it to the last round, and that's how it could be it could be a split decision. In my opinion, there's a total possibility that that Canelo could lose this. That they could rob him probably.
I've been hearing that a lot too with some of the bad scorecards we've been seeing from PBC this year. Yeah, there's been a few.
I think
definitely
even
been a few.
one of the Fight Hype reporters was talking to Paulie Malignaggi, and he was hinting at the end. He goes, "Well, the decision could go the other way, because this is Canelo's first fight at PBC, and also Caleb Plant is marketable in a different way that Canelo is not, because he is the Caucasian American, and it's been a long time since they had one of those champs, so he potentially he has a lot of potential to be very marketable.
Yeah, those are all good points, man. I just don't think it's going to go the distance, so I don't think the judges will be involved. But that's just the way that I see it. Chicano, give me your final thoughts, and do you have a change of heart?
Fuck no, I don't think so, man. And my final thoughts are, you make a good point, Nopal. Like, I think Caleb Plant, and he said that he would do this. He said he was going to step to Canelo. Now, I'm sure that they have a game plan that they've been working on, and I don't think anything will save him. I think if he steps to Canelo, it's a big mistake. I think they have to be realistic with what they have to offer in an elite fight like this. So I think that their game plan is to just stay on the outside and just hope for the best and try to take it to points. This idea that he might knock out Canelo is outrageous. And if you think there's a good chance, don't tell me, dude. Tell the bookies, dude, because you can make some good ass money. I'm not shitting you. So anyways, like, besides that, dude, I just like to say that even if you're rooting against Canelo, I want you to enjoy this fight, man. Like, it's kind of like when I used to watch Mayweather fights, and sometimes I would root for him or sometimes against him. When Canelo fights, it's a big fight for everybody. Like, everybody tunes in for a Canelo fight. He is, in a lot of ways, I don't want to say he's like the face of boxing, but he's one of the main ones, And so when we get the superstar of boxing show up, give us a fight, 2 to 3 times a year, man, it's great for everybody. So enjoy it, whether you're rooting for him or against him. And then we'll see you all on the other side when Canelo is victorious and is a undisputed champion.
There you go. The words from the Chicano Prophet. Again, make sure you subscribe to his channel. Go ahead and throw a link in the chat, man, if you can. So you can tune in to Al Chile Boxing Talk on his channel every Tuesday, 11 a.m. Pacific time. And look, I don't. Back when I was younger, sometimes a weigh-in would sway my, what I think might happen or who I pick to win. But I'm talking this is like 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago, and I don't feel that way anymore about weigh-ins. Weigh-ins are just weigh-ins, and just like the press conferences. I mean, we saw what happened a couple weeks ago when all these body language experts were talking about how Tyson Fury was so scared and shook and nervous energy at the press conference and all that type of shit. And look how that turned out for them. So I mean, these things are good, to see because they get the casuals hyped up and us hardcores as well. So it's good for the fans, but I don't really think it has any impact on the fight unless somebody misses weight. Obviously they're going to get their opportunity to try to make weight. They're going to give them time to shed whatever they have off, and then they get in the ring. But I don't have a change of heart here. I think both guys look like they've trained their asses off. They both look really, really good. One guy's been very active, and that's Canelo. The other guy, I can't remember the last time Plant fought. I think it was like earlier this year. I want to say February or something like that. So he's been out of the ring for quite some time. But I think he'll be all right. And I'm sticking to my prediction, man. I think this fight ends in less than 9 rounds. The over-under that I played was 9.5, and I did play it. I dropped some good money on it. So we'll see what happens, man. You know what I'm saying? We got some last-minute people coming in here. HLD. And there's the link to Chicano Profits channel right there. Mad Dog H is here as well. Team Batman Boxing in series says Canelo stops playing 8 rounds. I agree, man. I don't think it goes past 9. I just don't. And we'll see, man. We'll see if I get myself a nice white envelope this week after this fight. Let's see. The GOAT here says Plant has the sauce. He'll get it done tomorrow. Yeah, really, Plant's got that sauce with him. What do you guys think of that, man, before we wrap it up?
I mean, the sauce to me is pretty mild.
Not enough to give you heartburn. You know what I'm saying?
Bland. You know what I mean?
We have another prediction here. A couple more. The Don says Canelo in 6. Batman says in 8. Right here, Puerto Rican Rum, Canelo by 9th round TKO stoppage. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you, man. I think it's going to be one of those things where they stop it. I do. I think he's going to be maybe go down a couple times in between 9. Those first 9 rounds, and then I think that at some point either the referee's going to say that's enough, or the corner is going to suggest that the referee stop the fight. That's the way I see it, man. So, yeah, man. Like Philly Irish Drew just showed up. What's going on, Philly? How you doing? But yeah, that's my prediction. I'm sticking to it. Both guys may wait. We got to fight. So can't wait, man. Can't wait for tomorrow. I'm thinking about maybe doing a watch party tomorrow. Obviously, you two guys are invited anytime. And anybody else that wants to jump on and watch the fight with us is welcome, man.
Sweet, man. And hey, y'all, you could even listen to Philly Irish Drew Evo, who hates Canelo, and even he can't envision a way in which Plant can win. He can't see it, So I'm telling you, man, just enjoy this one.
I didn't know he was a Canelo hater. I didn't know. I thought I was the only Canelo hater around here, man.
Hey, man, he might have taken your spot. I keep trying to tell Drew Evo that, hey, man, Canelo is Ireland's best fighter, but he still won't accept him.
Puerto Rican Rub says Plant's face is gonna look like a Michael Myers victim with a knife. Holy shit, man! Did you guys happen to see that new Halloween? That shit was one of the worst movies I think I've ever seen in my life, man. I gotta be honest with you.
The trailer looked dumb. I'm like, these guys are all just hanging out in the house ready to get slaughtered. Like, I don't think so, man. I'm taking a car and I'm driving my ass to the woods somewhere. You know what I mean? Paying cash for a room, especially if this guy can't even drive. I don't think so. I'm not hanging out in town. That's for damn sure.
Have you had a chance to see it, no, Paul?
Nah, I haven't, brother.
Don't waste your time. I mean,
wow.
Seriously, don't waste your time, bro. We watched it Halloween night here. My wife wanted to check it out. I was like, all right, whatever. I kind of lost interest in the horror flicks, quite some years ago. But I said, fuck it, we'll watch it anyway. And let me tell you, dude, it was the dumbest fucking movie I've ever seen. Like, it was just like random killings all over the place, and then like They literally shoot this guy. I'm talking about Michael Myers. They shoot him. They beat him with bats. They stab him, and the motherfucker doesn't die. Like it's it's ridiculous, man. I don't see the point of the movie at all. It was just stupid. Like I said, just a bunch of random ass killings, and it just I don't know. A good scary movie needs to have a good plot, I think, in order to be a good scary movie, not just killings all over the place. Like that's just not scary to me. I'm sorry.
Dude, yeah, and scary movies used to show a little bit of nudity too, man. That's a lost art in scary movies, I'm serious. I don't mean to always go there,
That was the thing with Jason, right? That's why he always murdered. If people were getting ready to have sex, they were getting ready to get murdered in a Jason movie. That's coming, man, because what happened to him when he was a kid at the summer camp, So let's see. Yeah, Bad Dog Ace. The only horror film I've seen in a while is Wilder doing mitts. Ouch. Ouch, man. Let's see here. We got a few more predictions. Canelo will pollinate plant inside of 6. I like the pollinate. Oh man, yeah. Let's see this. A-Rod says he killed Stewie from Matt. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was in the movie as well. Just a dumb movie, man. Didn't enjoy it at all. So yeah, I recommend anybody out there who hasn't seen it, don't waste your time watching
Hey,
it. All right.
I wanted to ask you, G Funky, what's your opinion on basically undisputed champ just dropping all the belts and just keeping maybe the WBC and or going after this? What if Canelo just drops all the belts and just says, "Hey, I'm gonna represent the franchise now," the belt or whatever. But still fighting at that weight class. I mean, lineally, he's still gonna be undisputed, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, Lineal is just like, he's the guy, even though he doesn't have all the belts. Like he's the dude to beat, the dude to see.
But his lineal status will represent beating 3 different champions for those belts that he physically isn't representing anymore. But, intangibly, I believe that he still would represent the whole weight class. You know what I mean? It's just, pushing politics to the side and saying, hey, I'm not carrying all these belts around anymore. But you guys know what this franchise belt represents now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we would all know definitely who the guy is. I mean, I think we all know who the guy is right now, even without the IBF belt around his waist. I did like the Rob Zombie one too. That one was okay. A-Rod. But I'll say this, man, like I just want to see a guy be the reigning undisputed champion, have all those belts, come to the ring with all those belts. Like it just clears up so much, man. And again, I think it's better for the casuals because I can't tell you how many times I've had to explain to casuals like how many belts there are, and then they get confused, and then I hear, well, see, this is why I don't like boxing. It's too
bad,
confusing,
bro.
It irritates the hell out of me, but like when someone just cleans up the whole division, it's just much better. You know what I'm saying? Looks like we got our friend Southpaw here. It's about time Canelo fight somebody good. I mean, what makes you think Plant's good? Like, what has he done? Seriously, like,
G-Funky.
I'll wait a few minutes. You can answer the question. Like, what makes Plant so good, in your opinion? I want to know.
Yeah, and also answer why the odds are so wide for this fight compared to the other 2 undefeated champions he's fought at this weight class.
Yeah. Let's see here. We got a few comments. Puerto Rican Rum. If it was me, I would keep the Ring Magazine belt and dump the rest. Ring Magazine doesn't charge sanctioning fees. That's a good point. I mean, if you're not in a position like Canelo where you're cashing these giant checks, yeah, why not? Like, I mean, Teofimo, he's a guy who doesn't make nowhere near as amount of money that Canelo does, and he's paying a lot of sanctioning fees right now to have all those belts that he does at 135. What did you guys think of? Did you guys see the press conference for Haney today? Haney and JoJo?
I briefly just a face off.
Just a couple mini clips of it.
Haney says he's threatening to pull out.
Why?
Because JoJo's not in VADA testing. So he says if he doesn't do it, I might just pull out. Let's see here.
Man.
Earl Spence didn't fight no one good and destroyed Kell Brook. And Floyd didn't fight no one and took Corrales' head off. I don't understand what you're saying.
Maybe JoJo should tell Haney, hey, if you volunteer to pay for my VADA testing, then okay, let's do it, Maybe JoJo doesn't feel like he's making enough money to have to pay for VADA testing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that situation is. I don't want to turn this into a steroids conversation. I mean, I'm not afraid to have the conversation with anybody, but I just don't want to turn it into that because I don't have all day right now to do that. But again, Southpaw, I'll ask you, I'll give you a few more minutes. I want you to explain to me why Caleb Plant is so good to you. You haven't given me an answer. You talked about Earl Spence and Floyd Mayweather. Like I don't know where that's coming from. Let's see. Run PMC says they just announced the fight. How are you supposed to be in testing already? That's what I heard, man. I heard it in the interview. He said, "Look, I've been trying to get him to do the VADA testing, and he doesn't want to do it. You know." Okay, let's see. But I still got Canelo winning. It's just going to be tougher task than the last couple fights he's had. I just hope Canelo doesn't come in confident. Well, I mean, every fighter's confident, brother. You know.
Right.
If you're not confident, like, damn, I don't know why you would get in the ring or even get involved in any kind of serious competition. But yeah, I mean, look, I'll say it again, man, Southpaw, so you understand where I'm coming from. I have not seen Plant tested yet, and it's because he hasn't been in there with anybody. You know, we're gonna see right now. We're gonna find out right now how good he is. His step up fight is against the best guy in the game right now, and that's a tough task, man. Run PMC says also plus the VADA testing is you can test positive in the fight, can go on. I mean, yeah, you know, depending on where they go with VADA or whatever, you know, we don't know. We don't know that right now. Let's see here. Caleb Plant is going to fight. He's not quitting. He lost his daughter and wife, and he's not flat-footed like the last year. Well, I mean, Billy Joe Saunders not flat-footed. You know, and look, I appreciate his story. You know, he's had to come through some adversity. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna add that into a breakdown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Not,
dude.
you know?
I don't understand that either. This whole like, well, he's going to dig and he comes from this, and he comes from that. I mean, that's all well and good, and it can be a source for Plant to get up and do what he does, but that doesn't mean he can break the rules of what logically should happen when match these two fighters up together. I mean, you just can't account for it.
Wait. I hear what you're saying, man. But I'll say this: at least when Mayweather, when he fought Corrales, because that was a big fight for me because Corrales grew up in the same city as I did. We had already seen him in there against a couple of tough guys. You know, Hernandez was one. You know, and Puerto Rican Rum just pointed that out right now. He fought General Hernandez. So I mean, that's what we found out a few things about Floyd. You know what I'm saying? So with Plant, like I said, just too many question marks. Too many question marks for me. And that's one of the big reasons why I'm picking Canelo. You know, he's unproven. At least with Saunders, I've seen him in there with a couple of good guys, and he was able to execute some good foot movement and stuff like that. He's a southpaw as well, so yeah, that's what I'm saying here, man. Let's see, Junior Delgado. Stop fucking bringing that story to boxing. Don't give a fuck about stories. This shit is about how bad you want it, not about life stories. I mean, I'll say this, Junior. I agree to a certain point. I mean, things outside of the ring, life, things that happen in life can affect you and turn you into something different, you know? But I mean, look, everybody goes through adversity, man. Some more than others, but everybody goes through trials and tribulations in life, you know? So, yeah, HLD, Devin Haney has been trying to make the JoJo fight impossible, from lowballing to rematch clause to not getting smacked clause during the face-offs, now to making VADA allegations. They want Maxie Hughes.
And hey, the thing about that is, obviously, if he's complaining about that now, it probably means that when they signed the contract, it wasn't even stipulated there, or else he'd already be in testing. So, you know what I mean? Now he's trying to make last minute demands after the fight's been signed. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, it's bizarre that it hasn't been discussed already, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
It is a
Devin
little
Haney's just
odd,
being
yeah.
a real diva, and he's already trying to be Floyd. You know what I mean? And he's barely even starting his career.
Yeah, man, I got some good interaction here, man. I wish I could stay on long, but I can't. Don't have the time right now. But like I said, man, I'm thinking about doing the watch party tomorrow. And everyone's invited as long as you keep it boxing, keep it professional. We'll watch the fight together, and we'll celebrate the first undisputed champion at 168 pounds. So I want to say to everybody, I got to cut this thing right now, but I want to thank everyone that joined us live. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. One more time, Chicano, drop that link to your channel in the chat so you guys can subscribe to Chicano Prophet as well. He goes live once a week for Al Chile Boxing Talk. And yeah, we'll go from there, man. And
Hey,
again,
and I wanted
ahead.
to say that that everybody should subscribe. We're gonna do our tequila bottle, our famous tequila bottle giveaway when we hit 250 subscribers.
Ooh,
So
there
you
you
guys go
go.
ahead and subscribe to the channel.
There you go, man. You hear that? Free tequila. You got a
Yo,
chance to win some free
yeah.
tequila. All right. So, Eddie, I want to give a shout out as well before I go to my homeboy Black and Brown Boxing. Again, subscribe to Black and Brown. He's there and in Vegas. He's going to be at the fight. He's at the weigh-in right now. He's probably live, so go ahead and head over there, check him out. And yeah, I just want to show my boys some love, and again, show my boys here from my Chile some love as well. And yeah, we're excited for the fight tomorrow, and we'll see what happens, man. Undisputed on the line. That's what we love here on HCP. All the belts on the line, baby. Let's do it. So again, I want to thank you guys for being here, and that's that, man. We'll see you tomorrow night for the fight watch party, man. This is G Funky Boxing of HCP, and I'm out.
Shout out to Hispanics causing panics.
Shout out to Hispanics causing panics.
Hispanics causing panic. I'm glad to be here.
Hispanics are causing panic, baby. Let's do it.